Hey everybody, this is David here, aka Chessman, and today I wanted to show you another way to discover openings. Um, first, first way we had discovered openings is by playing against the Chess.com bots and using the chess engine to help you uh, come up with openings. Today, we're going to look at Grandmaster games and take openings from their games. Very recently, in fact, right now, um, there's a chess tournament called Clutch Chess Champions Showdown, and the best players in the world are playing. There's Magnus Carlsen, Hikaru Nakamura, Fabiano Caruana, and Gukesh, and so the games should be of high quality. So I wanted to take this opportunity to look at their games from round one and make notes. I have my notepad here, and I'm going to take the first few moves from each game, and I'm going to add it to my list of openings to learn. And hopefully everybody will be able to do that as well, or just keep watching the video over and over to rewatch the openings. And that should be a good way to add to your opening repertoire. And I'm going to do this for day one, day two, and day three, hopefully. And hopefully we don't have too much information for the brain. But chess is a challenge, so that comes with the territory. So let's get started. All right. Let me refresh. Go to games. So each day they're playing 6 rounds, and each round has 2 games. So we're going to do rounds 1 through 6. Once it loads. Oh, we're getting the coverage. I think round 2 is literally right now. So let's hide that. Go to games. Let's try this again. I was just on it a minute ago to make sure that everything's working fine, so should be fine. Come on. Alright, let's refresh one more time and see if that works. If not, I think I may have to do this video when the tournament isn't going on, because I think it's too much for my computer to handle recording and have the games up. Let me just get a new page. There's round one. There we go. Okay, sorry for the wait. All right, so I'm not gonna go through the whole game. I just because there's 12 games to cover. So I have another video where I go through all the games. But you can watch that instead of this video if you want. But this video is strictly for the openings. I'm gonna record probably anywhere from 5 to 10 moves. At some point, you gotta just like you could probably like if you wanted to, you could record probably like 20 moves, but that's just a lot to remember. I'm trying to just add to our opening repertoires, like have this as a Geiger counter to direct what openings we can learn. So I'm trying to keep it simple, just like the first 5 or 10 moves. All right, so let's get started. So the first game, let's see, we got Fabiano versus Caro, and we got e4, c5. It's a Sicilian defense, and it's the hyper accelerated dragon. Okay, and I'm just checking the engine, make sure their moves are good. Bishop g7 was good. Castles looks good. e6 looks good. d4 is good. C takes d4, I'm sure is good. Knight takes d4. Alright. I think I'm going to go 10 moves because I want to know like if you only remember the first 5 moves, that's fine, but I want more than just the opening moves. I want whatever specific variation they're going down. But I'm not going to do 20 moves. Like I could record their games until there's a mistake. But I've done that in the past and it's always too much to learn and it never really helps me. So but if you have a photographic memory, maybe that's the way you should do it. So basically I'm just checking the first, I'm going to say 10 moves. Unless I see something that happens in the game and like if there's a blunder or something, then I'll stop before 10 moves. But I doubt these guys are like the best in the world, so I doubt there'll be any mistakes in the opening. So we're on move 9. And even this is a lot to remember, I think. And I think that's good enough. So this is, I'm going to type in Sicilian defense. Hyper accelerated dragon. I misspelled hyper accelerated, I think. No, it looks right. In just case you're not sure, the name of the opening is right here. So that's where I'm getting it from. Alright. And then type in 1e4, c5. Like, just recording 1e4, c5, that might be enough for you. If you've never heard of the Sicilian defense, then that's learning something already. And then you can go to an opening database and just find out what kinds of Sicilians there are and learn that way. That's definitely a way. And we'll probably be doing that at some point. But there's so many openings to know. The question is how do you decide which ones to learn? I think one way is to learn openings that you actually have in your own games. And I like learning openings that are happening in the world right now. So usually if there's a Grandmasters tournament, I'll take a look and I'll see what openings they're playing, and that'll kind of guide me what I want to learn. All right. So okay. 2 knight f3. G6, 3, bishop C4, bishop G7, 4, castles, E6, 5, D4, C takes D4. And that may be enough. Like, just the first 5 moves might again be enough for you. Just because I'm copying down 10 moves doesn't mean I'm going to remember all 10 moves. I'll be lucky if I remember the first 5. But it's trying to just get the game in your subconscious. So just in case you happen to see it again, you'll hopefully know what to do. So knight takes D4, A6. Let's see, 7, C3, knight E7, 8, bishop G5, B5, 9, bishop D3, castles, kingside, 10, knight D2. And I think I'm going to end on white's move, just because. I don't know why. But you got to end at some point, so I'm just going to save. Desktop. I'm going to put Clutch Chess. Save. Alright, so that was game 1. I'm not going to look at the rest of the game. I've already done that in a separate video. So I'm going to go to game 2 of round 1. This one was Gukesh versus Magnus. And the accuracies were pretty high, so... But just to be safe, I always check the moves first. So I always go through each move just to make sure the engine here agrees with it. But if you want to shortcut it, you can probably just go to move 10 and just write all these down, and they're probably fine, because it would normally say there are mistakes. Like over here it says bishop b4 is a mistake. So, but I just like checking the moves anyways. Let's see, so d6, d4, knight f6, knight c3, e5, knight f3, knight bd7, bishop c4, bishop e7, castles, a4. Like, honestly, just recording from here is probably good enough. But I kind of like, I'm trying, like, I like the idea of having a middle game plan. So a4 is a good way to play. Like, I just want to know part of a line that is after the opening. Even though not all the pieces are developed yet, so it's still the opening, but like, to me, a4 is a game plan out of the opening. To me, that's what it is. So I want to know a way to play. So that's why I'm going to move 10. But you should just record the moves up to where you're comfortable, where you're like, okay, that makes sense. I'm happy with where it's at. H6, H3, rook e8, and bishop e3. And I think that's where I'll stop. So this was a Philidor defense. That's what it says. It was 1 e4, d6, 2 d4, knight f6, 3 knight c3, e5, 4 knight f3, knight b d7, 5 bishop c4, bishop e7, 6 castles, castles, 7 a4, c6, 8 rook e1, h6, 9 h3, rook e8, and 10 bishop e3. That's it for that one. We'll go to round 2, game 1. This one we got Hikaru versus Fabiano. Got d4, knight f6, c4. I'll usually wait a few openings and see if the name of the opening changes. I could just put Indian game, but I kind of want to know more. No, it's a King's Indian defense, so that's probably what I'll put. f3, bishop g7, e4, castles, knight c3, d6, bishop g5, c5, d5, e6, queen g2, e takes d5, c takes d5, a6, a4. And I think that's good. King's Indian defense. One d4, knight f6, 2 c4, g6, 3 f3, bishop g7, 4 e4, castle kingside, 5 knight c3, d6, 6 bishop g5, c5, 7 d5, e6, 8 queen d2, e takes d5, 9 c takes d5, a6, 10 a4. Next game. This one we got Magnus versus Gukesh, and they had a 99% accuracy. It's pretty amazing. See, like, on a game like this, you could record the entire game. In fact, there's this share button where you can copy and paste or just download it, I think. Let's see. Yeah, download. So that's another way you can do it as well. Let's see. So d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3. So I'll probably put Queen's Gambit declined, even though it didn't start out as Queen's Gambit declined. Now it's Catalan, so I might put that. I probably should. That all looks good. So I'm going to put Queen's Gambit declined. Catalan opening. One d4. No, I'm curious about something. Wondering if I can just copy and paste that. I don't think so. Nope. That would have been nice. That's okay. 1d4, knight f6, 2 c4, e6, 3 knight f3, d5, 4 g3, bishop b4 check, 5 knight b to d2, a5, 6 bishop g2, a4, 7 a3, bishop e7, 8 castles, knight c6, 9 queen c2, castles, and then 10 rook d1. That's it for that one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 down, 8 to go. I gotta remember which one this was. It was game 4, so that means that was round 2, game 2. Yeah. So now we're on to round 3. Game 1. Got a ready opening. Knight f3, knight f6. It turns into an English, but I think I might still put ready opening. I'm not sure. Maybe I should put English. Okay. g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e4, d6, d4, castles, bishop e2, e5, castles, bishop g4, d5, a5, knight e1, bishop d7, knight d3. Again, I think that's good. Now it's a King's Indian defense. That's a tough one. How far does it? When does it turn into a King's Indian defense? I think if it's within the first 5 moves. Yeah, I'm gonna put it as a King's Indian defense. All right. So 1, knight f3, knight f6, 2, c4, g6, 3, knight c3, bishop g7, 4, e4, d6, 5, d4, castles, 6, bishop e2, e5, 7, castles, bishop g4, 8, d5, a5, 9, knight e1, bishop d7, and then 10, knight d3. Right. That was game 3. That was round 3, game 1. So round 3, game 2. Hikaru versus Gukesh. d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3. It's a Nimzo Indian defense. Okay. Nimzo Indian defense. Whoops. One, d4, knight f6, 2, c4, e6, 3, knight c3, bishop b4, 4, e3, castles, 5, bishop d2, d5, 6, knight f3, c5, 7, a3, bishop takes c3, 8, bishop takes c3, c takes d4, 9, knight takes d4, rook e8, 10, knight f3. That was game 2 of round 3. Halfway there. Fabiano versus Magnus. Italian game. That's good. So put Italian game. One e4, e5, 2 knight f3, knight c6, 3 bishop c4, knight f6, 4 d3, bishop c5, 5 c3, h6, 6 b4, bishop b6, 7 a4, a6, 8 castles, kingside, d6, 9 rook e1, castle kingside, and 10 h3. That was game 1 of round 4. Time we got Gukesh versus Hikaru. It's King's Indian defense. That's good. So we got a third King's Indian defense. We got 1 d4, knight f6, 2 c4, g6, 3 g3, bishop g7, 4 bishop g2, castle kingside, 5 knight f3, d6, 6 castle kingside, knight c6, 7 knight c3, where is it? Yeah, knight c3, bishop g4, 8 h3, bishop takes f3, 9 bishop takes f3, knight d7, and 10 e3. That was round 1 of round 4, game 1. Or that was game 2. Let me see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 so far. So That means round 4, game 2. So now we're up to round 5. So we got 4 more games. Almost there. So round 5, game 1, we got Fabiano versus Gukesh. Looks like we got an English. Looks pretty good. So English opening. One C4, E5, 2 G3, knight F6, 3 bishop G2, H6, 4 knight C3, bishop B4, 5 E4, D6, 6 knight G E2, knight C6, 7 H3, A6, 8 A3, bishop C5, 9 B4, bishop A7, and 10 D3. Now round 5, game 2. Got D4, knight F6, knight C3, D5, bishop F4. Says queen's pawn opening, Chigorin variation. I'll probably write that down. Queen's pawn opening, Chigorin. I do have that spelt correctly. Variation. One D4, knight F6, 2 knight C3, D5, 3 bishop F4, A6, 4 E3, H6, 5 A3, E6, 6 knight F3, C5, 7 D takes C5, bishop takes C5, 8 bishop D3, knight C6, 9 E4, castles kingside, and 10 castles kingside. Now round 6, the final round, the final 2 games. Excuse me. Let's see, we got Magnus versus Gukesh. We got a ready opening. Let's see if it transposes into a King's Indian attack. And then an English opening. I think I'm going to put it under English opening since it was within the first 5 moves. So that's our second English opening. 1, knight f3, d5, 2, g3, c6, 3, bishop g2, bishop g4, 4, c4, e6, 5, c takes d5, bishop takes f3, 6, bishop takes f3, c takes d5, 7, castles, kingside, knight c6, 8, d4, knight f6, 9, knight c3, bishop e7, and 10, e3. And last game. Last game we got Hikaru versus Magnus again. This was a very short game. Let's see. It's a Roy Lopez. Berlin defense. And that's just enough. So we got Roy Lopez, Berlin defense. One, e4, e5, 2, knight f3, knight c6, 3, bishop b5, knight f6, 4, castle kingside, knight takes e4, 5, d4, knight d6, 6, d takes e5, knight takes b5, 7, a4, knight b d4, 8, knight takes d4, d5, and 9, he takes d6 en passant, and knight takes d4, And 10. Queen takes d4. And we'll save that. And those are all the openings from round 1 of the Clutch Chess Tournament. So if you want, I would write those down or just rewatch the video over and over just to try to memorize them. Even if you just remember like the first 2 moves, that's something. You can with the first 2 moves you can go to an openings database or play against the bots with the help of the chess engine and you can try them out and just get used to playing with different moves. I like variety, so I like having a lot of options. I prefer knowing less opening theory but have more options to play, because to me I like throwing my opponent off. So that's my strategy. But you could record the entire game if you wanted to and just try to memorize all of it. Some people have photographic memories like that, but I sort of do, but I don't. So when today they're playing day 2 of Clutch Chess, so I'm sure I'll be making another video getting the openings from those games, and I'll do day 3 as well. But that's it for today. I There are a few ways to gather openings. So far, I've shown you 2 ways, and hopefully we have fun doing it. Hopefully you find it fun exploring new openings, because I mean, to study chess, it helps if you're having fun. So study up, and we'll be back again. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And if you have any other tournaments or whatever that you think I should cover or anything at all, just leave it in the comments and I'll try to do it. If the tournaments are shown on chess.com, that's usually what I go with. Sometimes I do Lee Chess, but usually it's chess.com because it's just very handy the way it's set up. But that's it for today, and I hope you have a great one, and see ya.